Mondays and Thursdays have always been our group ride days in the evenings. Every Monday night we are there, ride in Beaver Lodge.
Started off doing our Monday nights with a beginner ride, and then that just sort of morphed into a beginner and an intermediate and an advanced, and now we end up with 4 groups on Mondays.
6:25 we meet, 5 minutes later we are riding away.
Swicked Monday night ride is great. You get to meet a bunch of new people, check out all the trails around Beaver Lodge.
I've been doing it for years. A lot of fun and a great group of people.
It's a good way to have a social atmosphere, and it's not competitive, but it's a ton of fun.
So you can fit yourself into whichever group that you feel appropriate for your fitness and skill level on the mountain bike. And then Thursdays is the more advanced intermediate ride going out into Snowdon.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Thursday nights were a little more technical riding, and that started off as more of a race pace ride, but has since morphed into an intermediate pace. We call it fun group, and then the fast pace.
The fun group and the fast group, or whatever you want to call it, it's really good, because if you're feeling like really going out and working hard that night, you can.
Here we go.
But if you just want to go and have a good ride and a good chat with people, that's cool too.
I think the cool thing on group rides is that there's no intimidation, right? They can kind of be showing the trails, they don't need to know where they're going, they can turn their brain off and just concentrate on following somebody and having fun.
It's the same thing with hockey or anything else that I play. If you have a schedule, it's much easier to commit than if it's just ad hoc waiting for people to call.
Some of the best trails on the island, if not in the world. I call it BC cross country, so technical riding, lots of ups and downs, a really good variety of rock and dirt and roots and all that kind of stuff.
I always say if you want to become a better rider, you got to ride with people who are better than you. You know, you always see that with groups of riders, the fastest guy won't get better, but everyone else in the group will kind of rise up to his level. You know, it's kind of like North Van, the trails are right there, right in your backyard, you know, right from the shop. You can hit the Beaver Lodge, or you can go to the Snowdon demonstration forest. You know, within 10 minutes you're riding wicked single track, and you can't beat a place that's so close to trails than that. It's good life here.
Everybody's welcome. If you're new to town, it's a great way to meet fellow like-minded people who love to ride bikes.
What I really like to see is people come to town and they don't know anybody, and they come to our group rides and then they meet the whole group. We take a lot of pride in that, sort of helping the community out to ride more, meet more people, all that kind of stuff. We all end up back here at the end, ideally at the same time, and usually tell stories about how awesome the ride was and share a beer.
You know, what James and Shanoa have here at Swicked, it's kind of like they turn into a bit of a family. You know, everyone's having fun. You can tell by the amount of riders that come out and the happiness, just the stoke factor of everybody. It's a good place to be. It's more fun, man. We're riding our mountain bike, having fun. Swicked Cycles, Swicked Cycles, Swicked Cycles.